Viewers, the battle in Delhi is not just a tally of ballots. It's a battleground for credibility, integrity and political survival. On the eve of result day, allegations of political poaching has left the air thick with suspicion and tension. Viewers, Arvind Kejriwal, along with other top leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party, have leveled serious allegations against the BJP. They've claimed that the BJP is attempting to lure AAP MLA with offers of 15 crores each to switch sides. Now, this is not just a claim. The BJP has not taken these allegations lying down. The party has dared the Aam Aadmi Party to produce evidence. They've branded these claims as a desperate ploy ahead of results. Viewers, the narrative of poaching is not new in Indian politics, but the timing of these allegations just before the counting of votes adds the layer of intrigue and doubt. Viewers, in the theatre of political drama, as we know, perception is as critical as reality. The exit polls have largely favored BJP, predicting a return to power after 27 years. It suggests a significant shift from the dominance AAP has enjoyed since 2015. But viewers, history has shown exit polls can be misleading and the final tally might still surprise everyone. So who will win the polls and the perception war tomorrow? Let's open this up.
7 विधायकों से अब तक संपर्क किया गया है। उन्होंने हमको फोन करके बताया कि 15-15 करोड़ का ऑफर बीजेपी की तरफ से दिया जा रहा है।
12 बजे के आसपास फोन आया था मेरे पास और वो बोल रहे थे मिलने के लिए कि आपसे मिलना चाहते हैं और परवेश वर्मा जी के ने आपसे को फोन मिलवाया है।
अभी और भी बताया गया कि 20 विधायकों के पास आया गया है। हमारे पास तो नहीं है, मगर और 20 विधायकों के पास आया, उन्होंने बताया जिन जिन के पास आया था।
कितने विधायकों ने कहा कि उनसे संपर्क किया गया है सर?
10 से 15 विधायकों ने ऐसा कहा है।
मैं थोड़ा लेट पहुंचा था, लेकिन उस समय 15 करोड़ रुपए की बातचीत हो रही।
और कितने एमएलए?
18-20।
किसी के औकात नहीं जो आदिल अहमद खान को फोन कर ले। भारतीय जनता पार्टी में किसी के औकात नहीं जो मुझे फोन कर ले, पर हमारे साथियों को फोन आया। लगभग 20 लोगों को फोन आया है। 15-15 करोड़ रुपए का ऑफर दिया गया है।
अभी तक 16 से अधिक लोगों को संपर्क किया गया है। 16 से अधिक लोगों को।
You heard the claims and the counter. Let's quickly open this up. Sanju Verma, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Suhail Seth on the panel, needs no introduction. Karan Verma, JVC Sriram, political commentator. Prithvi Reddy, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Kamruzaman Chaudhary ji and Dr. Akashdeep Muni to complete the panel. Suhail, you know, before we get into the political mudslinging, on eve of results, what do you make of these claims? हमें फोन आया, some leaders are saying 7 लोगों को आया, 10 को आया, 15 को आया.
My worry is that are these guys going for such low figures? I mean, 15 crores, I would have imagined they'd be worth much more. Having said that, sometimes, you know, it would be unfair to say that Aam Aadmi Party's people who got the calls are wrong. Everything is possible in Indian politics, Pranesh, as you and I both know. I won't be surprised if the calls were made. But what worries me is that why talk about this now on the anvil of perhaps a loss? So are you actually laying the ground for a loss, saying that, oh, you know, this is what happened? Now, Bharatiya Janata Party has reasonable native intelligence. Why would they give money, an offer of money to people when they're not sure if those Johnnies will win or not? So that's a kind of investment that I'm very worried that if this is the new BJP form of financial control, then the BJP needs to worry because all those chaps might lose. It's not as if you took them over before the elections. So I'm unable to understand, A, what is the financial logic, if any, that is being attributed to the BJP? The BJP is known for many things. Financial acumen is one of them. Second, why would Aam Aadmi Party do a brouhaha about this at this particular juncture? I would have waited for them later. I mean, Prithvi Reddy is representing the Aam Aadmi Party. The Reddys are financially very sound people. They understand money like most people don't. Even Mr. Reddy will agree that these calls could not have been made. Finally, the Aam Aadmi Party was born out of two things, activism and sting operations. I'm unable to understand why none of these people actually recorded the calls, because then you could have gone to the police and to the election commission and then made a hoo-ha about it. But none of this has happened. All that has happened is press conferences, noise, which is the benchmark and the leitmotif of Arvind Kejriwal. Arvind Kejriwal has made more noise in the last 10 years than perhaps the Concorde did when it was a flying machine.
Mr. Reddy, what would you say? I mean, everything that Mr. Kejriwal has said, at least, most of the things, and I mean this with all seriousness and responsibility, on many of those counts, he's had to do a U-turn, apologize. Why should people take this seriously?
Firstly, I'd like to thank Mr. Seth for complimenting me on my understanding of finances. It's not because I was born a Reddy, it's because I'm an entrepreneur, an accomplished entrepreneur who has been in industry for as long, if not longer, than Mr. Seth. So thank you for that. Now, why are they investing? That question needs to be asked of the BJP, not of us. Number two, you were talking about proof. The former minister in Delhi has put out in public domain the number from which the call was received. He has put out in public domain who contacted, on behalf of whom, and what was the offer made. Now, if they are serious about an investigation, they should be putting out in public domain whose number it was and investigating that person. We have also said that recording was not possible. It was put out in public domain. The recording was not possible because it was a WhatsApp call. Today, agencies and the government have the ability to crack even WhatsApp. If they were serious about investigating this charge, they would go after that information and not ask the Reddy on the show as to where is the proof, because the proof is in public. I don't think Suhail meant that. I think, he made those comments in a lighter vein, but he's saying something.
I said, no. A, there is true caller. You can identify the caller.
It in the same
Number two, if you go to Palika Bazaar, they will not only find out whose number it is, they will also give you their generational background.
Special reputation.
So don't give me this that we couldn't find out who's. Actually, you know what, Pranesh? Put the number on your screen, because we keep getting spam calls.
No, why do we need to find out?
And ask for 5,000 or 10,000 rupees at least.
No, I am waiting for a call. Forget 15 crores, even a lesser amount would do. No one is calling me.
I'm happy with 5,000 rupees. If this BJP chap can give me 5,000 rupees, I'm happy.
And Mr. Seth himself has explained that he has no doubt that this has happened before. It's not the first time. The BJP has a history, and what they're doing is copybook. Now, when you're asking us why are we talking about it now, when are we supposed to talk about it at a later point of time?
Let's get a response from the BJP spokesperson, Sanju Verma. You'll have to answer three basic questions. Suhail Seth is, he's distraught with the idea of just 15 crores. He says, come on, politicians work hard. Is this the price tag, 15 crores? Now, Mr. Reddy is asking two questions, because the BJP has said that why are you making these allegations now? He said, well, we got the calls now, so we are speaking about it. And third, why couldn't the BJP leaders, if at all they did make the calls, use a private number?
Pranesh, I remember the Prime Minister quoting some few lines on the floor of the Parliament last year. He's made stellar speeches this time around as well. But one that resonates with me the most is the one that he said last year on the floor of the Lok Sabha. तुम्हारे पाँव के नीचे जमीन नहीं है, तुम्हारे पाँव के नीचे जमीन नहीं है, लेकिन कमाल तो ये है तुम्हें यकीन नहीं है, लेकिन कमाल तो ये है तुम्हें यकीन नहीं है. In a clear dig at the opposition, which has seen, the carpet being pulled off from beneath their feet. They are staring at defeat, election after election. They've been rejected at the hustings, election after election. But lo and behold, they refuse to introspect, they refuse to learn lessons. All that they can do is say Modi, 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 Amit Shah, blah, blah, JP Nadda, blah, blah. मतलब जो कहते हैं कि कसम खा रखी है कि हमने आत्मचिंतन नहीं करना है, आत्ममंथन नहीं करना है, सिर्फ मोदी जी पर लांछ लगानी है. तो ऐसा नहीं चलेगा भाई साहब. Now, let me just say one thing very clearly. Sohail is right. Financial acumen is one of the stronger suits of the BJP. But, without trivializing this entire thing as to why, only 1.5 crore was offered, why not more? Let's get down to the brass tacks. Let's not forget what Kejriwal's history is. This is a man who said, मैं तो जी अपने बच्चों की कसम खाकर कहता हूं कभी राजनीति में एक्टिव पार्टिसिपेशन नहीं करूंगा. मैं तो जी अपने फैमिली पर कसम खाकर कहता हूं मैं ना तो सरकारी बंगला लूंगा ना तो सरकारी गाड़ी लूंगा. दिस इज द सेम केजरीवाल who had to go begging to Nitin Gadkari saying माफ कर दीजिए I made reckless allegations at you. This is the same Kejriwal who had to go with folded hands pleading in front of the late Arun Jaitley, maaf kar dijiye, I made baseless allegations at you. This is the same Kejriwal who said Manish Sisodia to Bhagat Singh hai. Manish Sisodia had to spend more than 1 year behind prison bars and he's out on bail not on grounds of merit but simply on procedural grounds. This is the same Kejriwal who said Sanjay Singh to ji Raja Harish Chandra ka chautha avatar hu. And this is the same Kejriwal who said मैं तो जी राजा हरीश चंद्र का दूसरा अवतार हूं. So the second point I'm making is Kejriwal is a charlatan. Kejriwal's mask has come off. People can see through his facade. His track record does not inspire confidence. Okay. But my final point is this. In 30 seconds. This is the notice by Rajendra Kumar, Assistant Commissioner of Police, the ACB branch, Anti-Corruption Bureau to Kejriwal, where they've asked him pointed questions. And this man famous for shoot and scoot has still not been able to answer even one of the 5 pointed questions pointed at him. First, the ACB asked that you posted a tweet that shared the URL with him. Have you posted this or somebody else has done it on your behalf? Kejriwal has consumed Fevicol. Second, whether you agree to the contents of the tweet that 16 MLAs were offered a bribe. Again, Kejriwal has consumed Fevicol. Third question, details of the 16 candidates or the MLAs from your party.
Okay, so we will know in due course, about the truth of these charges made by the Aam Aadmi Party. Let's, broad-base the discussions. Kamruzaman Chaudhary has been, holding his mobile phone in one hand ever since we've started talking about 15 crores. He's taken a vow not to reject even spam calls. You never know. He doesn't want to risk 15 crores. Kamruzaman ji, what do you make of these allegations by Mr. Kejriwal and other leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party?
15 लाख तो एक जुमला था, सबको मालूम है पूरा देश को. आज 15 करोड़ भी एक जुमला है. Basically, Pranesh, the point out here, before going into the specifics of the case, let me just cite you one thing, that whenever you make an allegation, you better be sure to be ready with your proof. Otherwise, it's going to be a very bad day for you in the office. Tomorrow the results are coming. We all know how low the BJP and its leaders can go through to form the government. They are desperate in forming the government. We have seen that in Karnataka, Manipur, Goa, Madhya Pradesh, and all those places, even in Maharashtra, how they broke the government. That story apart, what I feel is that the entire case that Kejriwal has staged a drama today in Delhi was about something very different than what we all are thinking and discussing out here. Okay. It is a clear case of what you call this, shoot and scoot, as I may put it.
It's interesting.
I may not want to be on the same side as Sanjeev Verma here.
The Congress party,
but one thing that
the Congress party is saying, look, the BJP can't do this. Arvind Kejriwal must furnish the proof. So, Mr. Kamruzaman Chaudhary is doubting the claims made by the Aam Aadmi Party. And I am sure he's heard that why Congress MLAs or candidates are not getting calls. Is that another worry, Mr. Chaudhary? Well, we'll get to it eventually during the course of this program. But Karan.
Yeah. Pranesh, of all the exit polls, and I believe our friend JVC's exit poll is very credible, but the most credible exit poll is this meltdown from Aam Aadmi Party. This says it all as to what's happening tomorrow. And, on a lighter note, I beg to differ with Sanju ji here because इनको पूरी तरह यकीन है कि जमीन खिसक चुकी है. इसीलिए इन्होंने अभी से ही बुनियाद बनानी स्टार्ट कर दी है. And Pranesh, this is not new. 2023, Atishi said this. 2021, Kejriwal said this. They're offering 15 to 20 crores. Even then, the figure was 15 to 20 crores. He did this in 2015. He did this in the year from 2013 to 14 to 15 when the elections were not held. So this drama, this whole thing, it's not even funny now. And to be honest, it's time we brought some accountability in politics. This guy one day says that Haryana is committing a genocide on the people of Delhi. Another wild claim, he says we are being offered 15 crores. I mean, is there something called accountability? And I'm glad BJP is dragging him this time. And one more thing, Pranesh, there are two things AAP people kept saying during the elections. Agar koi kuch offer kare, to use rakh lena aur kaam bhi mat karna. तो मैं पूछना चाहता हूं क्या ये इस बार भी यही करने जा रहे हैं? अगर कोई कुछ ऑफर कर रहा है उसको रख लेंगे और फिर काम भी नहीं करेंगे। एंड दूसरी बात, रिकॉर्डिंग जरूर कर लेना। तो भाई आप रिकॉर्डिंग में कैसे चूक गए? आप तो रिकॉर्डिंग की सबको वो बोलते थे कि रिकॉर्ड कर लेना, करप्शन के अगेंस्ट यूज करना। तो इन दोनों काम में से आपने क्या किया विच यू आर एडवाइजिंग द पीपल?
They were too shocked with the amount on offer, failed to press the record button. I don't know. JVC, answer this. Are the MLAs or the candidates who are making this claim the right ones to be getting the calls according to the projection that you have?
Good evening, Pranesh, and good evening to my fellow panelists. Yesterday we were there. I know the number, and I saw the true caller when the show was happening with Navika ji, and it's an innocent man whose number has been revealed. I know what is happening, and the person who received the call, he is losing. He is not even going to be an MLA. By 11 a.m. in the morning tomorrow, you will know that he is not going to be an MLA. And the issue here is that AAP is trying all the tricks possible. And today, I don't know whether Indian Express has posted this or it has been photoshopped in the name of Indian Express.
No, it's in the paper.
I will have to read this for you.
The print. It's
or
in the paper.
Like your...
It can happen sometimes.
Yeah.
It's in the paper. How can it happen, Pranesh?
Told him to accept the money. If JVC knew this bloke was losing, then JVC should have advised him, by collect the money. He would have taken the 15 crores.
Or maybe JVC is miffed that, you're offering 15 crores and I haven't got calls or, such an offer to revise or, to correct the numbers. ये क्या चल रहा है? सबकी अपनी अपनी दिक्कतें हैं. JVC, go ahead. You were making a point. Go ahead.
No, I haven't received any call, but the fact of the matter is, I gave BJP 39 to 45 seats. But today, I get WhatsApp messages saying that I gave AAP 39 to 45 seats. What is this? How can some party be so desperate to falsify and publish exit poll data in favor of their party? To what level are they stooping down, Pranesh? I don't understand. Now, this is an anger election. And our people have not understood that this is an anger election. In an anger election, everybody goes to the booth to do only one thing. To boot out and log out the incumbent. And that is what is happening. And Arvind Kejriwal himself may lose tomorrow. Manish Sisodia may lose. In Kalkaji, probably Atishi may scrape through. And probably Greater Kailash could be the one place where AAP could win in probably a decent margin. Now I can tell you AAP dominant seats are 43. Out of the 43, when I say AAP dominant seats where AAP had won with 50% or more votes in 2015 and 2020. Out of those 43
answer what
seats,
Mr. Kejriwal himself asked. He said if the BJP is so confident about the exit poll projections, why are these calls being made?
Tomorrow, Arvind Kejriwal will say that Mr. Modi called me up and asked me to join BJP and offered me 5,000 crores. What would you say that? He can go to that extent.
Okay.
I am telling all the viewers tonight, go and watch a movie called K.O. Produced originally in Tamil and dubbed in Hindi also in 2011. The chief minister who is projected there is the exact person called Arvind Kejriwal.
Okay.
He will use every trick on the trade
to
become the prime chief minister.
Right.
And now tomorrow he will say that.
JVC, just hold on. JVC, relax, JVC, relax. Dr. Muni, I'm reading out to you what leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party have said about poaching in the past. 7th January 2024, this is Arvind Kejriwal. He says they contacted 7 MLAs, said we will give you 25 crore rupees, make you contest the election on a BJP ticket. Then May 2019, 7 of our MLAs told us that BJP approached them and has offered 10 crore each to buy them. This is also Mr. Kejriwal. So in 2019, the rate was 10 crores. In 2025, as we've seen, the claim is 15 crores. So at least the price has been adjusted to inflation. But what do you, make of these claims?
Okay, Pranesh, now you are talking about the rates. So I want to give you the actual rates. In 2014, 4 crore rupees were offered by Vice President of Bharatiya Janata Party, Shay Singh Dagar, to Dinesh Mohania, and he did a sting operation. He was an MLA that time of Aam Aadmi Party. He did a sting operation. And I want to ask today to you, through you, to Sanju Verma ji, Karan Verma ji, and of course to Suhail Seth, who is a great columnist. I want to ask them that there was a sting operation. What did they do? क्या जब भी वो शो में आते थे क्या उन्होंने बीजेपी को गालियां दी कि ना कि उनसे वाइस प्रेसिडेंट ने 4 करोड़ ऑन कैमरा दिया दिनेश मोहनिया को?
You didn't hear what I said. No, 1 minute. Since you mentioned my name, I said in my opening remarks that I would not put it past the BJP. Now I can't help my usage of grammar if it escapes your mental equilibrium.
I did not interrupt you.
No, 1 minute. Akashdeep,
Dr. Muni,
I said very clearly
question.
in my opening remarks that I would not put this past the BJP. I said it.
Now,
I said it.
No, you've asked a question. Suhail is only responding to you. He's saying that, he's not given a clean chit to the BJP. But let's get Sanju Verma in. Sanju Verma, he's saying that you have a record of doing this. You were citing Arvind Kejriwal's record of, saying something, apologizing. He's saying the opposite.
Pranesh, there's this famous quote by Lord Tennessee Williams: the only thing worse than a liar is a liar who is also a hypocrite. And I say Kejriwal is both a liar and a hypocrite. And I don't think anybody needs to have an IQ of more than 50 to understand that. Let's get one thing very clear. I always go to a zillion debates and I'm asked, Sanju Verma, Kejriwal has made this allegation at BJP. What do you have to say? Manish Sisodia has said this about BJP. What do you have to say? Sanjay Raut has said this about BJP. What do you have to say? Uddhav Thackeray has said this about BJP. What do you have to say? Akhilesh Yadav has said this about the Prime Minister. What do you have to say? Rahul Gandhi has said this about the Election Commission. What do you have to say? Priyanka Vadra has said this about the Supreme Court. What do you have to say? My simple premise is this. If Akhilesh Yadav or Rahul Gandhi or Arvind Kejriwal or Mamata Banerjee or XYZ is making an allegation at the Prime Minister or the Vice President or the Supreme Court or the Election Commission or any other institution, it is they who need to prove their allegations. It is not the BJP which needs to prove that their allegations are a bunch of lies. It is they who need to prove that their allegations have a modicum of truth. That is my first point. The second point is this. Sting operations की बात चल रही है. Today everybody wants to believe the bona fides of sting operations. I remember in August 2024 and September 2024, there were 2 major sting operations that were conducted. One was against Sunny Marwa's father, Kulwant Marwa. Sunny Marwa is accused number 13 in the Delhi excise liquor scam.
Right.
And the other sting operation was against Amit Arora, accused number 9 in the Delhi liquor scam. And on record, as part of a sting operation, they claimed that Kejriwal ji ने तो कहा है 500 करोड़ आम आदमी पार्टी को दो, जितने शराब के ठेके खोले हैं खोलिए. That means they said sting operations cannot be trusted. आज आपको sting operations के bona fides पर भरोसा है?
No, Sanju Verma, you are saying the Aam Aadmi Party should furnish proof. Mr. Reddy said it in his opening remarks. He said, look, we are open to any probe. Now, a probe has been, ACP probe is already on. He says, probe, but don't say till you have the result of that probe that the allegations are false. Mr. Reddy, what do as a voter or, any viewer across the country, what should they make of this? Poaching hui, nahi hui, we are, making a mockery of the mandate.
No, I don't think the audience or the voter is in any doubt because of the fantastic history that the BJP has as far as breaking and making governments go. To Ms. Sanju Verma, the election is over, so this Bhashan is of no use at all. We will have counting tomorrow. What is very surprising is she seems to have access to a copy of the questionnaire or the notice that she's claiming that the ACB has prepared. But the ACB, which landed up at Mr. Kejriwal's door for 2 hours, they did not have a notice with them. So did Sanju Verma or someone in BJP write this notice? Also to the JVC person, I think I respect the fact that you may be a psephologist, but saying that I have given, sir, the voter decides and not a pollster sitting and looking at a computer screen. So please allow the results to come. I only hope you will not reach the same situation as many pollsters in the country who had to come on national television and cry saying that they had made a mistake. Please wait until tomorrow and we can have the same discussion.
No, obviously,
tomorrow.
I agree
Please
to that
don't
last
say
point.
that
There's
you
no
decided
jumping the gun till the results are actually out.
It has nothing to do with you. It has people have decided.
Right. One should not jump the gun. Suhail, quick response. Taran, I'll come to you after this.
You know what is saddening, Pranesh, is we are in 2025. We've just had an election for the national capital. And what are we discussing? Bribery. No one is discussing development. No one is discussing Kejriwal's track record or the lack of it. No one is worried about what the citizen of Delhi feels. What are we discussing? Bribery. That is the debasement of Indian politics. And everyone, it's like a Turkish bath. Everyone is naked. Hammam mein sab nange hote hain. So for Akash, Mr. Muni, to say, oh, but Suhail didn't say Sanju Verma. Listen, I don't care about any political party. I'm only concerned about the debasement of political discourse.
That's right.
And this constant waging war through proxy means. If Kejriwal finds that the BJP has acted dishonorably, then take them to court. Take them to the police. You can't use media to actually fight battles which you've already lost.
Right. Take them to the court like other leaders have taken Mr. Kejriwal to court and have, got relief or got him to retract. Yeah, that's a great point. Karan.
Pranesh, you must understand this cult of AAP. You are entitled to opinions, but you're not entitled to facts, as they've played around with facts. Just today, Arvind Kejriwal put out a tweet saying that Form 17C has not been put out. In fact, the CEO Delhi, Chief Election Officer of Delhi, rebuffed him, said they were given that very day on the election time. So, this man lies through his teeth and they start believing these alternate facts. When the ACB reached Arvind Kejriwal's residence, their entire cabal started gaslighting. What have we done? Arey, you've made a complaint. The ACB is going to reach there, is going to question you on what basis. It is going to question the veracity of your claims. So, ye har baar shoot and scoot karna. And how many times has Arvind Kejriwal apologized, Pranesh? He apologized to late Arun Jaitley. He apologized to Nitin Gadkari. This man lands with a foot in his mouth every single time. This cult of nonsensical facts, not believing in facts and saying, hamare facts alag hai, hamare alternate facts hai. This is borderline wokeism. This needs to stop. And I hope this stops tomorrow.
Mr. Kamruzaman Chaudhary, what should stop tomorrow once and for all is the EVM bashing or, blaming the EC. So on result day eve, I want to ask you, come what may, will you blame the EVMs? Aaj hi bata dijiye, sir. Are the EVMs safe in Delhi?
No, Pranesh, permit me 30 seconds only. The basic question that you are raising is very much interlinked to the dirty politics of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Mr. Reddy, I am coming to you, sir. I am coming to you. Mr. Reddy, I am coming to you after Kamruzamanji.
Today as a prime example, 12:30 the BJP chief lodges a complaint at the LG. Within 1 hour the Saxena ji, he orders an investigation, and within another 30 minutes or 1 hour the ACB lands at Kejriwal ji's house. Look at the speed at which they have done this entire thing. That makes me believe that this time maybe the BJP enjoys the benefit of
look at the speed. No, Kamruzaman ji, 1 minute, sir, 1 minute. You've taken 30 seconds to make this argument. I'll take 5 seconds to expose the speed in which you've taken a U-turn. Pehle answer mein aapne bola Kejriwal is corrupt, can't be taken on face value. Now you are questioning the alacrity with which, this probe has happened. Leaders like Ajay Makan, Sandeep Dixit wanted Mr. Kejriwal jailed in Littergate.
Yes.
Original complainant है आप, भूल गए सर?
अनिल चौधरी.
I mean, कमरू जमान जी कुछ तो मर्यादा रखिए.
Pranesh, you did not get my point.
Sir, I have got your point.
You did not get my point. I said few years ago, Siddaramaiah ji, the Chief Minister of Karnataka, made an allegation that BJP has been offering 50 to 100 crores per Congress MLA in Karnataka to destabilize the government. Why was the CBI not sent to investigate in that case?
CBI, has the CBI gone to investigate now?
Complicit.
Has the CBI gone to investigate? Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, what are you saying? Has the CBI team gone? It is the ACB team. Sir, क्या हो जाता है आपको?
Pranesh, by the way, Manish Sisodia said CBI also wanted to bribe me. 100 crore दे रहे थे कि बीजेपी में आ जाओ, प्रोब बंद कर देंगे.
Yeah, Mr. Reddy is saying something.
ACB is under the Amit Shah.
Pranesh, please allow me to come in.
Please go ahead, sir.
Please allow me to come in. Yes, Pranesh, Mr. Karan Verma seems to have a lack of understanding of basic English. What Mr. Kejriwal put out in the tweet was that the EC has not furnished Form 17C information in public domain. The reason he has said that is in the recent elections, the EC has been changing the figures of the number of votes polled and giving random excuses saying that complete data had not come, etc. You were asking for proof. To ensure that this is not discussed tomorrow and we are not questioned as to why we did not furnish it, we have put out booth by booth information regarding what were the total number of voters there, number of voters who, number of votes polled and including the battery on the EVM, the charge on the battery of the EVM. So,
now he's gone to the battery.
No. We'll come to
why is it? No, my question is, he was questioning why did... Listen, Mr. Verma, you asked about why we have put out a tweet on the Form 17C, and I am explaining it. Please understand.
Right.
Form 17C has
before
not
Karan responds to it, one minute. Sanju Verma Sohail said, calm down. 1 minute, sir, 1 minute. Mr. Reddy, listen to me, sir, 1 minute. The Delhi CEO has refuted these allegations about Form 17C, and I'm quoting from their response. Exactly. They have said, as per Rule 49S of the Conduct of Election Rules, all the presiding officer had furnished the account of votes recorded in Form 17C to every polling agent present at the polling station on the day of poll. Exactly. This is why they have been revising the turnout. This is the explanation on 17C. But look, Karan can answer about his understanding of English. I'm not getting into it. I'm no one to, give certificates. I'm asking you one question. When you have someone as Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, sir, and I'm asking, with all humility, when the man has had to apologize on at least 6-7 occasions to senior political leaders, what do you make of this person's track record?
So let me explain to you, Karan, the reason for him to furnish apologies is because as the Chief Minister of Delhi, he was being made to appear in courts on at least 3-4 days a week, and he could not function as the Chief Minister. That is the reason for him to issue an apology.
He did not
Let's have abundant clarity. Let me only ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you
1 minute. But I must give it to you for the ingenuity of this answer.
I'm asking you a question. There has been questions about the total votes polled in the recent elections. Do you think the people of Delhi deserve to know how many votes were actually polled? The only source of that information is Form 17C.
Mr. Reddy,
why is that not being put out in public domain?
By this logic, Suhail, by this logic, Sanju Verma, just listen to me. By this logic, if cases are filed, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal will go back on his tweet, even on this tweet, that he will have to appear. Then why make allegations? If you are not scared, then let's, go the distance. Sanju Verma, quick comment. Suhail, I'm coming to you after that.
Thank you. Pranesh, let's get one thing very, very clear. Arvind Kejriwal today is out on bail, not on grounds of merit. While granting him bail, the Supreme Court clearly said he's been given bail on technical and procedural grounds. He's neither innocent nor guilty at this stage, but being given a bail not on grounds of merit is something that Kejriwal should seriously introspect about. Point number one. Point number two, this is the same Kejriwal who last year, when Sanjeev Khanna was not the CJI but just another judge in the Supreme Court, and Sanjeev Khanna said that tentatively a money trail of 338 crore has been established. The entire Aam Aadmi Party cabal went hammer and tongs at Justice Sanjeev Khanna. आपने तो Supreme Court की judiciary के bona fides पर भी सवाल खड़ा किया है. On what grounds should people believe Kejriwal? But very quickly on Form 17C.
I have read out what the EC said. No, 1 minute. Suhail, final comment, before we shift our attention to the other topic. What do you make of this response by Mr. Reddy? I am amused.
I'm not amused. I'm actually very sad that Prithvi Reddy, with his intelligence, has to now defend someone who A, is a habitual liar, and B, is willing to turn his back. Now you tell me, Prithvi, if that man makes defamatory comments, where should we send him, to Mars or to a court of law? I mean, is Kejriwal now living as a political astronaut and creating his own planet? Well, I really don't understand what we're supposed to do with the man. He makes allegations wild and furious, and when people challenge him, he then hides, and then you're telling me that since he has to be chief minister, he cannot spend 4 days in a court of law. He should spend 5 minutes in behaving himself on social media. That would save him the time of 4 days to attend court proceedings. I mean, Prithvi, even you can't defend this. A man has made defamatory comments and apologized. So, Prithvi, he's admitting to his mistake. Why are you defending him? I mean, I know you're the spokesperson, but even Sanju doesn't defend the BJP when it behaves dishonorably. I hope.
Suhail, I have approximately 8 cases filed on me, for which almost once or twice a month I need to spend the entire day in the court. Do you know for what these cases have been filed? Because I have protested against potholes in Bangalore, because I have protested for a lack of water, because I have protested against civic amenities where the garbage was not being cleared, right? 8 cases for which I need to appear. So I have actually experienced it. 1 second, let me finish.
All the more reason you should not be supporting AAP. Given the potholes in AAP, given the civic facilities.
You are talking about proof. You are talking about proof.
Given the facilities in Delhi, I wonder how is an AAP spokesperson.
About the liquor case and the Supreme Court.
Mr. Reddy, let's leave it.
तो अभी झांकी है. EVM बाकी है.
कल देख, we'll have a chance tomorrow to, discuss and, do a deep dive on the numbers. Result day coverage on Times Now viewers, 7 a.m. Tomorrow. Let's shift our focus. I thank some of you joining us.